Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm just doing this quick video to give you a review of this hobonichi journal. More specifically, this is the techo planner book in English for 2026. And this is it without any covers or anything whatsoever. I think it's really portable. And I also find this black cover kind of elegant. I personally was a bit skeptical about this cover because it is different than the other hobonichi covers, but I actually like this a lot more. I think this looks a lot more chic and I think it looks better with stickers as well. I feel like with the other hobonichi books, you kind of need to put a cover on it for it to look nice. I don't really like the look of putting stickers on. I still don't think it does it justice. This one I actually really like how it looks. So let's just open to see how it is. So this is the year view, the calendar view essentially. Nothing to say here, I think it's just normal. This is the like month view. Here you have the dates of the month and it's still quite small for the space, but I think I love this layout. I think it has really good potential. I've seen a lot of people do habit trackers or do a highlight of the day or a small sentence or a small word for the day. I think this works really well and I think it's great. Okay, I just opened this at a random month. This is how the month view looks. I think it takes up a lot of space, so I was expecting it to take up less space actually, so I'm kind of happy about how much space each day takes, but this is a bit of a problem. But I would think that for the other months it wouldn't be a big issue, and there is some space here on the margins to write whatever. And I also love notebooks that have a built-in monthly view because I love doing small summaries of each day or things of that nature, so I really like when notebooks have this. So after the last month of the year, you have January and February for 2027 and March as well. Okay, didn't know this. And then right after you have this turning the page to a new year. I like this, I don't mind it. And then after this, the months start, and this is how it looks. So you have the last day of the previous month and then a page for the upcoming month. And then you have the days. So you have a day per page. And here, typical hobonichi, you always have a quote here at the end. So I actually like how this looks. I like that you get an indication of the moon, how it's gonna be for that day. I also like the paper, surprisingly. I think it's very thin, but I would think it writes really well in. For reference, this is not by hobonichi. This is my sister's, but she let me use it right now to show you guys for the purpose of the video. But my first hobonichi is coming and I'll also make a video about that. It's really good that she has one because then I can look at it and see firsthand how it is and if it's a good purchase to make, because it is very expensive. So for this one, I'm seeing that every Sunday you have this red page, which I actually don't like, but I really like this. I like that it lets you see for that month where you're at essentially. And I like the built-in dates. I think this is perfect for some sort of diary or even like this is meant for, which is planning, but I don't really like dated notebooks for planning. So if I have a hobonichi, I would have it for journaling in general, so memory keeping or any sort of other idea. And at the back of it, you have these free pages with the red dot, which I do not like. even further on the back, on the last page, you have just important contacts, some size charts. This is actually pretty useful. Ultimate packing list, and then you can add a couple of things here as well. Hobonichi techo, that's funny. And this is, I think it's also, all Hobonichi journals have this, the my 100, and then you can do 100 things. I've seen many people be creative with this, and I'm not even sure how I would use it because I think there's so much room to just do whatever. I actually quite like this. And then here you have memories, great food, new friends, fun times, and then this is other you can add. And I also like this too. I think this is really cool, especially as I said, if you use this for memory keeping or something like this. And then a mochi recipe. This is really cute. Travel to Japan on a bullet train. Yeah, that's it. And I see really good potential in this. For me specifically, I'm not sure how I would use this because for my memory keeping, I kind of like it to be a bit bigger. So I would not buy an A6 size, but I definitely would invest on a Hobonichi Cousin. So having an A5 journal that also has the dated dates. I'm kind of always in between an A5 or B6 or A6 because there are some days that I generally write this much. And then there are other days that I spend 2 pages of an A5 journal to write about my day, including photos. So I feel like for an A6, it doesn't really let me capture as much as I would like. Yeah, so I don't really know how to go about this. But I think my favorites are generally the cousin and the weeks. And one thing that I know is that my sister mainly writes in here with pencil. She has written in here with pen, but it doesn't transfer. Like, there is not a lot of ghosting as I expected because the paper is so thin, and you can see there is some ghosting between like pages. Like, you can see a bit the one here, but surprisingly this paper does not ghost a lot. Like, there is of course some ghosting, but it's not major. So hopefully when I get my Hobonichi Cousin, I will be able to give you a more in-depth review on what it is, but also how it's going and how I'm using it. But this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for my weekly journal videos.